Hey, fighting games are wacky as fuck.
Quite.
Yeah. So, Mugen is a game that I think we've both got a fair bit of legacy with.
Yeah.
Though it's good that we've both got a fair bit of legacy with it because I think it's been a busy week for both of us.
Yeah, yeah, that too.
It's I don't think I put even a complete hour into the game.
I think I put a complete hour into the game, but most of that was when I was like half asleep watching freaking Rare Kuma beat the shit out of Abyss, so
I didn't get to try Rarakuma. I'm really sad about that. All right. So, when did you start playing Mugen?
basically immediately. Like even before I started emulating the KOF games. This is actually a funny story because I have no recollection of this, but at least according to my mom, I only know of Akuma because of Mugen. Like that's the first thing I saw Akuma in.
Huh.
So yeah.
So would you have been like I often was, using, Mugen to try out fighting game franchises that you weren't gonna put down the money for it?
No. I
Really?
Yeah, well, for one, for I don't know, like the first couple of months, I thought it was official because I started playing Mugen, but back when I didn't know how copyrights worked.
Eh.
So, so I was like, well, obviously, if it has these Street Fighter characters, then obviously it has something to do with Street Fighter, and technically that's true, just not in the way I thought. But yeah, so the
It
reason,
it
yeah,
it is kind of an odd thing how it managed to stay alive, you know?
yeah,
I mean, Capcom did just openly support it, so, I mean,
yeah, as shitty as Capcom has ever been, at least they were cool with Mugen. So
well, it was during Capcom's bad era where they would have said that too. I'm surprised somebody didn't step up and try to do it though, like SNK.
yeah.
Though I guess SNK's always been very friendly towards fan art, haven't they?
Oh yeah. Then who could it be? I could see WWE doing it because there are a couple of wrestlers, but they're fan made, so they can't really sue for those. Usually they're fan made. Uh, who else? Arxis wouldn't sue. No, not especially not right now, but Arxis wouldn't sue. Uh, huh.
Yeah, I guess a lot of the fighting game companies, while they can be dickish about, let's say, DLC, I guess they've always been very supportive of this kind of endeavor.
Yeah.
Huh. And there's never been enough Nintendo characters for Nintendo to hit it, because if Nintendo could hit it, Nintendo would hit it.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you see this
Yeah.
boundary? Did you see that boundary break was taken down because they showed off the new Animal Crossing?
No, but that makes sense.
Yeah,
Nint
it's this whole big thing right now that she says is complaining about how Nintendo took his video down altogether.
Nintendo has a real fetish for the cease and desist order, don't they?
Yeah.
It's so
At least like Australia's Nintendo is with the cease and desist orders. At least they're not Square. At least they're not freaking cease and desisting people remaking Chrono Trigger when they freaking Square has left Chrono Trigger in the dust for I don't know how many years and then released a shitty phone port on PC.
right, but knowing Square, they probably consider that phone port to be high quality and think of it as a competitor, you know?
I guess.
I mean, in a perfect legal world, if you're handing it out for free, then it's not competition.
It was
And therefore,
the fan game they cease and desisted was free.
yeah,
So
I know. I said in a perfect legal world, didn't I?
oh yeah, true.
Which then creates a situation of Square, if someone can do it better than you can for free, maybe you should up the ante. Just maybe. Ah. Oh, by the way, can you still hear me?
Yeah,
Okay. That's good because for some reason Steam just told me that my internet has ceased to exist.
it's Nintendo. This is assisting your internet.
We'll see about that criticism. We're cutting off power for your Nintendo Switch.
We are removing the Ethernet cable out of your Switch.
uh, what? He's using Wi-Fi? What is this witchery?
Not only that, I'm pretty sure the Switch doesn't even have an Ethernet cable. Well, the Switch unit doesn't. The dock does, I believe.
Eh, I, I like the idea of Nintendo being so old-fashioned they don't know what Wi-Fi is.
Yeah.
He, Sir, he's using Wi-Fi. What? Like an anime villain being told there's a bomb inside his ship.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Anyways, Mugen.
Yeah.
My own personal history with Mugen, I also probably would have tried, like, I saw videos of it when I was, like, 7 or 8, and YouTube was just starting to be a thing in, like, 2006. I guess I would have been 8 then, yeah. And at the time, I was confused, and I was like, "How could this thing exist?" You know?
Yeah.
This game where Cyclops can fight Monkey D. Luffy or something, right?
Yeah.
Because back then, all the Mugen characters were Cyclops.
And Monkey D. Luffy. No exceptions.
Uh, and it kind of disappeared from my mind for 4 or 5 years. Then I got a PC that could actually run things. I downloaded it. I downloaded a shit ton of characters. Thought it was awesome. A lot of them were off the Mugen archive. The Mugen archive at that point was just starting, so they didn't have everyone yet.
Yeah, they didn't have the no searching for things on the weekends rule yet.
Yeah.
Like it's not even the download thing, because the thing is fair, I guess. But like disabling search.
It's it they're running a very big operation for nonprofit, so it's rough on them. With that said, yes, they absolutely can be dickish about that kind of thing. What was I going to say? Right. So back then, I was like, oh, well, it's not all on the Mugen archive, so I'll go find other sources. And I did, and soon was like, oh, hey, I used so and so source, that forum that spreads a lot of Mugen characters around, to try and find Godzilla characters once. And it gave me a ton of viruses, so be careful. And I heard that advice, and then I downloaded all the characters anyways. So that computer is dead now.
Bonzibody has taken it over.
Yeah. It wasn't even one of the fun, wacky viruses. It's just one of the ones that makes the computer run like shit.
Uh
Presumably because the majority of processor being used to, I don't know, mine Bitcoin.
my favorite virus so far. Thankfully, I have been virus free for a while. But my favorite virus was the one where it just randomly put freaking like not even actual ads. Just like it saw words on the screen. It was like, oh, I see the word screen. Do you want to buy a screen protector? Like
Perfect.
I didn't get that one really.
I don't get most viruses. I mean, they aren't, most of them are made for cruelty's sake. A couple are made for the profit.
True, yeah.
I think a lot of them are just made by the guy to prove that he can. Maybe,
Some of them are made for sport. I know that.
hell, aren't some of them made to try and get the FBI to hire them?
Maybe.
I know that.
Yeah.
I know that's a thing where the FBI goes around and hires like the big tech assholes.
That's their official job title, big tech asshole.
Pretty much. And eventually you get promoted to big tech dickhole.
But that's only after like 15 years of service.
Yeah. You have to kill at least 3 terrorists
in Counter
And
Strike without scoping.
without scope. Fuck, I'm already ready to be a big tech dickhole. Damn. So the what was I going to say? Oh right, Mugen. So, the thing that we're doing this podcast about. Oh,
Meanwhile, in the background, while we're talking about M.U.G.E.N, I'm also drawing a thing, and I'm just like constantly adding more and more shading until everything is becoming shading, slowly but surely. Everything will be taken over by the shading. Anyway, yeah, Mugen.
Mugen, yes. So I picked it back up about a year ago, and overall, throughout my years, Mugen did ultimately introduce me to the 2D Street Fighters. I had already played Street Fighter 4, but I didn't really get a kick out of it, and it was through Mugen that I found that I actually enjoyed the classic 2D Street Fighters a good bit more. I found that I enjoyed KOF quite a bit, even though when I first saw it, I was like, oh, this is a discount Street Fighter. Which, I mean, when you do take a first look at KOF, it can certainly look like that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have this experience just because when I like once again when I first saw KOF, it was under the name of Street Fighter, so I just thought that Kyoku Sanagi was a new Street Fighter character. And
Yeah. I mean, my first KOF character I tried was CVS2 Rugal, so that's been a high standard that SNK has yet to follow up on.
yeah, I don't even know
Uh,
how I got to know Rugal. But yeah, anyway, continue.
I have to assume you tried a bunch of KOF characters and just liked Rugal.
Maybe.
Rugal was my first. Yeah, in hindsight, Rugal was my first KOF character. Huh. I've also got to try a variety of other fighting games pretty much for free and decide, oh, I should get this as soon as it actually comes out. And I'm still waiting on that fucking Darkstalkers remaster, Capcom. Because I picked up that Frankenstein character and I saw him suplex someone with his ass cheeks. And I was like,
He was done with Tick.
yes.
I'm still waiting for that freaking Basara Cross remaster. Capcom, Arxis, get on it.
Well, the mainline series has to be really profitable before that can happen.
Yeah, the mainline series has to be not dead first.
Yeah. I feel like stranger things have happened, though, than reviving a side series, but not the main series.
Again, I actually don't know which I would want more. Getting like sequel or remake of freaking Basara Cross or just freaking Capcom remaking the freaking Heritage for the Future. Because I'd be fine with either, really. Both of them are fun games. Heritage for the Future is more properly balanced, but that doesn't make Basara Cross less fun.
Okay, I always get confused. There are two JoJo games, but one is the horribly imbalanced one with Pet Shop, right?
I didn't know that there were two 2D JoJo fighting games.
There's one that's set in the third. There's one that was on the same engine as Street Fighter 3. And fuck, there was the other one that came out later that was notoriously badly balanced, and Pet Shop just wrecks everybody. I'm looking up CP System 3 right now so that we can find out which JoJo game is which. Okay, so the list of games that were on CPS 3. Okay, yes. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Heritage for the Future is the CPS 3 JoJo fighting game.
Yeah, so
that's considered a classic.
Yeah.
I think with what's going on nowadays, the fucking renaissance of JoJo, now would be a great time to bring it back. But no, they'll probably hand it to Bamco, and Bamco will make Naruto Ultimate... JoJo Ultimate Sandstorm.
That has already happened.
Of course it has. I know they're in Jump Force already. They put
no, not Jump Force, not Jump Force. JoJo, not Eyes of Heaven. I believe it's not Eyes of Heaven. Eyes of Heaven, I think, was the 2.5D or whatever, the one with 3D models that was a 2D fighting game still, I think. But there is one game on the PS4, one JoJo game that was released in 2012 or so. Yeah, the PS4 for 2012. Good at going me, but yeah,
It went backwards in time.
it was like a launch release or so, or close to it anyway, and it is a JoJo arena fighter with Roman cancels and shit, and it's still $60.
I see. Okay, so I'm looking at the list of JoJo fighting games. Not to drag this out, but there are apparently 3 JoJo fighting games. The first being Heritage for the Future,
Yeah.
and then All Star Battle.
Okay, so
And
I am mixing it up. All Star Battle was the PS3 one, and then Eyes of Heaven was the PS4 one, I think.
yes, let's see. All Star Battle was made by Bamco and CyberConnect. Aren't those the guys that do the Naruto games?
Yeah, but
Okay.
But like even if it was based on the Naruto shit, it was based on the 2D Naruto shit, which was somewhat better. I mean, it had more shit to do than freaking the 3D arena fighters, from what I remember.
Okay. And Eyes of Heaven was also made by Bamco and CyberConnect.
Yeah,
So,
and Eyes of Heaven is just Ninja Storm with freaking Roman cancels.
okay. So then it would be All Star Battle, where Pet Shop is notoriously fucked up.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, that's definitely why there's not been a Heritage for the Future remaster, because Bamco has a chokehold on JoJo alongside pretty much every major manga and anime.
Well, I think they might have signed a exclusivity deal with like Shueisha or directly freaking like Shonen Jump.
Yep.
But no, that doesn't make sense because freaking Araki has left Shonen Jump years ago.
I mean, they could still have marketing setups for that kind of thing, and it could have been a time deal. Like anything that gets put in a Shonen Jump magazine is our exclusive property for 10 years, you know?
I don't think it was because he took it with himself to a different magazine, and that's where the last like 4 JoJo parts ran.
I mean, Bamco. Bamco saying anything you get published in your magazine, we have exclusive video game rights to for 15 years.
Oh yeah. That could be a thing.
Yeah. I wish Bamco would fuck off in that regard.
Yeah, I wish I wish CyberConnect was freaking given a break so they could actually learn how to make a fighting game.
I doubt they're interested in making it. Like, the thing is, you'd have to put a lot of work into making everything bounce and stuff. And why would they do that if instead they can make a game that just shows off a ton of characters?
I mean, once upon a time they tried when they first started with the Naruto shit. There was potential. It's just that as the series went on, the potential just stopped being there.
Huh. Well, I mean, it just got to be too easy to set up one play style that every character uses.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, to get back to Mugen, which by the way, I tried to play Jotaro and Dio through Mugen. I didn't get them. I didn't understand how to play.
I have like I don't think I got Jotaro because download restrictions, and I was like, well, if I have to choose, then I'll get Kishibe-Rohan instead. So I got Kishibe-Rohan instead. Actually, the JoJo characters work a lot like the Sengoku Basara Cross characters, from what I could tell. In that, like, um, it's a weird mix of like assists in Basara Cross and like puppet characters like Zato or Carl Clover, from what I
Right,
could
because the
tell.
stands.
Yeah, because the stands, when you can call them out with attacks, which is kind of like the assist system in Basara Cross, and there is no other attack on the stand summoning button, from what I could tell, which is once again like Basara Cross. But once the stand is out, you can actually tell it to do stuff, which is more like puppet characters.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, you do need a while to get the hang of them, but it, it it's there, I guess. I don't know.
All right. Now, ordinarily I can't do the what would you take remove because if you want to, you can remove them. Who would you want to remove from the roster? Oh, I got rid of this guy yesterday.
I really need to remove freaking KOF 13 Iori and KOF 13 Kyo and Hawkman because they break the game. As in, they literally make the game crash.
Oh yeah. My M.U.G.E.N is probably a lot more of a mess than yours.
Yeah, I'm reserved with the characters I put in because I mean, like the thing with Mugen and me is that like I really like Mugen. I appreciate what Mugen has done for me. But I'm at the point where if I want to play a character, I just boot up an official game that they're in because I know that the balancing is proper.
Yes, exactly. And for my part, I downloaded like the characters from Terror Drome, right? You remember that free horror fighting game from a couple years back?
No, but sure.
Oh, well, I don't think it's around anymore. I don't remember if it got C indeed, but it was somebody made a fighting game, a really really good fighting game where the characters were Freddy Krueger,
Oh yeah,
Leatherface,
I remember. I remember. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it was actually really good. And it wasn't made by NetherRealm, shockingly. The
Which is why it was really good. But
Yeah, I was setting you up there. Oh,
yeah, I don't even dislike NetherRealm that much. I just like freaking poking fun at them.
oh. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I don't think the download link is there anymore. At least I can't find it, which is a pity because I quite enjoyed it. But nonetheless, I got the characters from Mugen, and it's really funny because the person who made them into Mugen did not bother to like make their thumbnails right in the character select screen. And so they're like massive and out of the thumbnail hole.
Yeah, that's a thing with the KF13 Kim I have. My Mugen is set up funnily because you have all of the roster of Guilty Gear, XN Core plus R, plus a couple of extras from like freaking Izuka or whatever, the other 2D ones I mean. But that you have the full roster of Basara Cross. Then you have 4 Akumas, 3 Rugals, four Kims.
Yeah.
You have freaking Elizabeth and I forget who, someone else from Persona 4 Arena. Who else? I have like 3 or 4 Blaze Blue characters who most of whom break the game.
Jubei and Hakumen.
I think
Would someone have even ported Jubei over? He seems like he came late enough in the series they wouldn't be able to.
yeah I have Jubei. I might have Hakuman or I might have removed him already. I forget whatever. But yeah, him. I had Hazama, but he was stuck in freaking stylish mode, so I removed him. And that might be. Oh, Susanoo. I got Susanoo, I think, but I don't think that one works. Anyway, yeah, those characters, and I just have like some miscellaneous KOF characters, like 3 of them, freaking MVC2 characters. None of them are Mingo. Look, I just don't have good memories of Mingo. Well, I don't have good memories of fighting a Mingo, is what I mean. But yeah. So yeah, it's like I have less characters than you, and it's more like what you call it, like it's more on brand, I guess. But like there still it does suffer from the Dragon Ball Fighters thing of, oh, here's 5 Gokus, which, in my case it can be excused because there are different versions of Akuma from different games. They're not one game's take on 4 different Akumas.
I have 3 Akumas, but I think it's Akuma, Shin Akuma, and Cyber Akuma.
I have CVS2 Akuma, I have Third Strike Akuma, Rare Akuma, God Akuma, or like Holy Akuma, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Who I got the Contrast Rare Akuma. That might be it, yeah. Oh no, wait, I do have Shin Akuma, yeah.
So that's 5 Akumas.
Yeah, 5 Akumas.
All right. For my part, I'm a bit of a. I guess I'm one of the collector types when it comes to Mugen. I try to get as much as I can. I've got not only Street Fighter, KOF, Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue, Boss Red Cross, uh, Darkstalkers, Sam Show, Garo. I probably would have started on Last Blade if I had enough time. Most of the Marvel characters, several fan-made DC characters, Terrordrome, Red Earth, Jotaro and Dio from Heritage for the Future, but I did not get any of the others. I probably would have if I had more time this week.
I'm really hoping that the asshole drilling something under me is not getting picked up on the mic.
No, it's not.
Alright.
And OBS is a lot stricter than Discord, so if I can't hear it,
No,
OBS.
actually, OBS is not stricter than Discord.
Oh, you don't have the filter set up.
No, I do have the filter set up. I feel just I don't know. My mic is whatchamacallit? More sensitive. That's the word. Those are the words.
Okay. I've picked up a ton of characters. I've also got just like goofy ones that don't fit into any. You know, some like Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal. Well, I guess you could say he's from Shaq Fu, but I don't have the complete Shaq Fu roster yet.
Yeah, I usually don't add joke characters because like yeah, there's Homer. He is in fact Homer. Like I just yeah.
Homer's really good though. Why do you not have the 6th version of Akuma, Evil Homer?
Bad memories.
Evil Homer.
Bad memories.
Evil Homer is actually a really fun version of Akuma. I like him a lot. He's got some weird moves. I don't remember what they were. He's definitely got like that one time Akuma had Dan's roll. He's got that for some reason.
That wasn't one time.
Oh, he had there are multiple games where he had Dan's roll?
Yeah.
Huh.
He has it in the Alpha series. He also has it in Street Fighter 2 Second Impact. Or Street Fighter 3 Second Impact. Yeah, Street Fighter 2 Second Impact.
I was about to say, I missed that version.
That's my favorite version of Street Fighter 2. It has no one.
Well, it's your second favorite version after Street Fighter 4 Alpha 3.
Yeah. But it won't beat season 5 of Street Fighter 5 Rainbow Edition.
Yep.
I wish they would do that, honestly.
Whosoever can forget KOF 97 Ultra Super Turbo. What are we? Some kind of Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition?
Real Fatal Kings of Fury bout.
Oh man, what would be like? Just look for the dumbest edition titles from fighting games. Remember when Mortal Kombat X decided its super version would just be an L added to the end?
Yeah.
Street Fighter 2 L.
Yeah. Nothing against L.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other stupid ones. Because the thing is, like, I could say Exert, but Exert actually has a meaning.
Well, Revelator, though.
Yeah, Revelator, on the other hand, not as much. Oh, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Clear. It's now window cleaning detergent, whatever thing.
Super Street Fighter 2 Accent Core Reload.
Plus reload. Plus reload.
Reload version. Oh shit. Oh, what was special about Reload? I think what they had Accent Core and then they had Accent Core Reload. One version added Justice and Cliff, and another version added like Order Soul and ABBA. I think.
Ah, yes, the Dancing Queen, my favorite
Yes.
the game character. Uh,
Yeah. She's not coming back for another game.
who knows? Freaking Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Chrono Phantasma Extend. Just uh,
Street Fighter 2 EX latest. Oh Jesus!
Street Fighter EX 2. That's it. That's the joke.
This entire podcast is gonna be one big shit post, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
And that's gonna
M.U.G.E.N.
be it's M.U.G.E.N. Yeah, pretty much. Nobody gets into M.U.G.E.N. for the fucking precise balance and well put together thought.
Yeah.
All right, favorite M.U.G.E.N. stages. What are the ones that you have to get? The top 5 stages you have to grab for M.U.G.E.N. when you start it up.
So here's the thing. This is the first time I've actually built a M.U.G.E.N. for myself. I always just got them prepackaged.
Really?
Yeah. Which also ties into me thinking that they were official, because I didn't know that M.U.G.E.N. was just a freaking fighting game engine. It was all in English, and I couldn't even read, I don't think, at that point.
Well, how about that one dude's one that he made, Capcom versus Everything, that includes on the Everything side, CM Punk, I believe.
Oh, I just got Eve. That
Oh
was my
yeah,
favorite one, Eve.
Eve.
Yeah, everything versus everything.
Everything versus Everything. I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
when I'm complaining about roster, you just imagine that my ideal roster is M.U.G.E.N. Eve, and realize that will never be reached, and I know that.
Not without being an unbalanced mess.
Not that I don't particularly care about balance. The thing is like that will not happen on any freaking to any extent unless all fighting game freaking studios just become one large mega corporation. And even then it would be hard because they not all of them own the freaking IPs.
So, all right, the 5 Mugen stages you gotta have.
uh but not Final Valley, that's a Naruto stage. Freaking I forget the name of it. The the Alpha 2 stage reuse the
Ooh,
planes.
a Field of Destiny.
Yeah, Field of Destiny, that's the one. That one. I like the CVS one burning building. I believe that's what it's from.
Okay.
Uh, Essential 5 Special Tori Gates. That's a classic.
Okay.
What else? I like the old MVC2 stage with the Spider-Man float. Or did it might have been a there might not have been a Spider-Man float now I think about it. It's Times Square, I think. Or like the Daily Bugle building, something like that.
I don't remember that one.
I remember the big thing that I remember about the stage is that it's fighting across 2 buildings, and the middle of the stage, or like the a small part of the stage, is Spider-Man's webbing.
Okay.
So that
Oh,
one,
yes, I do remember that one. And you fight on the webbing connects to the buildings and you walk across it. I see.
yeah. So that one, uh, I don't know. I don't think that much about this stages in Mugen because yeah, I'm too lazy to add them in. I'm not joking.
There is one that I have not heard yet that
Yeah,
I'm shocked you went without mentioning it.
yeah.
Fetus of God.
Oh yeah, Fetus of God. I
Even though
completely
there's the
forgot
bits
about
at the
it.
corner, there's the bits at the walls that cover it up a bit. You can't see what happens in the corners.
I completely forgot about Fetus of God, but you're right.
How could anyone forget about Fetus of God?
It's not a sticky post on the Discord anymore, so it does nothing to remind me.
Eh. Well, what if we just... What if we just made the FOS's channel banner
Fetus
Fetus
of
of
God?
God?
That,
Just to freak people.
I don't think YouTube would like that.
No. No. What if we just set it up to do it only during Halloween?
Maybe with some changes.
Yeah. I don't think Fetus of God needs to be censored.
No, but still, it would be better to not freaking just put the actual like stage art up. Just in case SNK.
SNK Darkstalkers was made by Capcom, Addy.
Oh right, it's Darkstalkers. I forgot.
Yeah. When the fuck would you go into Fetus of God in an SNK game?
I don't know, dude. Orochi did some messed up shit.
Alright. So, what would you say is the overall worst part of Mugen?
Troubleshooting.
Nah. Yeah, I know that one.
I literally only have stages from freaking Accent Core and Basara Cross because those are the stages that I added in when I started making my M.U.G.E.N. And I've forgotten since how to add them in, and I don't feel like figuring out again. So those are just the only stages I have, and also some of the stages don't even have music on. But it's better than fiddling around with shit for the freaking like 12 minutes that I play it every 3 months.
Yep. What would you say is the best part of Mugen?
The things that the community and it can do. For example, I watched a fight or simultaneous tech fight between 4 Arakumas, and basically imagine a Dragon Ball fight but sped up, and that's basically what happened.
I see.
Another thing is like I went in. I actually did some practice in with Rarakuma just to figure out what exactly I like about him. And I figured it out that it's genuinely just that he can link freaking moves that like he can link moves like he's an anime fighter character. Only his version is busted because it's a meme. Because like you know in anime fighters how there's like combo proration and like you not literally every move that looks like it can hit but most of them do, or if it looks like that you just didn't time it right or whatever. No, Rarakuma is like, oh, you pressed kick like in the last century. All right, allow me to kick this guy for freaking like the next 30 hours.
So do you just mash buttons and like, oh, combo?
So yeah, sometimes yeah. There's also funny design elements with the one I got because there's different versions of Rarakuma. The one I have right now isn't even the version that I wanted, because the version I wanted is I believe the classic one, and this was I think released after the classic one, but I don't know for sure. Probably. But yeah, it's like it has like freaking outdated memes and all that. I don't like that, but I do like some of the changes it made. Like some of it has a bit more custom animations and stuff like that. Big thing with this Rarakuma is that I which I'm not sure if it was present in the classic version, which is that, for example, Shoryuken is on Hadoken is on Shoryuken.
Oh, makes sense.
Tatsumaki is just on Tatsumaki, and freaking Demon Flip doesn't exist. You don't need it. And basically, it plays like Rarakuma plays like if plays like if Akuma in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 could cancel all of his normals into other normals infinitely, and could also basically do any move that you want in the air. There are no air moves. There's only moves.
uh, I do appreciate that just to see what happens.
Yeah. There's also like the stupidest part about this version of Raccoon, which I'm not sure that if the other one had, but I think it did, which is that the Shangokusatsu homes, but by homes I don't mean that like he flows towards you. No, wherever you are on the screen, Akuma appears behind you and grabs you. Like in jab distance, he appears behind you. So it doesn't matter if you're in the air, falling down, getting up, you're grabbed. Shangokusatsu time.
That is. What if there was just a version of the Sengoku Satsu where he shoots out 5 different Akumas that all go in different directions?
I mean, I have no clue what other thing the Street Fighter V color scheme that he has could be referenced to than Rare Akuma, because I don't think he ever had a color scheme that was freaking like lime and like slightly greener lime.
Ah,
Has he had that color scheme in any game?
not that I've been aware of.
Because in Street Fighter V, that's like his second B costume on the classic costume, or second B color for the classic costume rather. But yeah. But yeah, if they want to actually bring Rare Akuma shit to normal Akuma and balance it properly, I'm up all for it, because I look forward to Akuma having freaking character specific Roman cancels in Street Fighter.
And doing no damage?
Yeah. I mean, he already has Roman cancels. They just need to make it available everywhere. So yeah. The best part is that Hirakuma can be beaten. It's a hard fight, but he can be beaten. He is the final boss of M.U.G.E.N.
Is he not just Touch of Death?
No, he's not Touch of Death. He can be Touch of Death very easily, but he's not always Touch of Death.
Not always.
Yeah.
So it's entirely dependent on whether the AI just decides to stop pressing buttons.
That, or it can whiff, or well, yeah, you can mess up and drop combos as well, Akuma still, because he doesn't have teleports yet. Emphasis on yet. Akuma with teleports would be very scary.
I can imagine.
Because like that's basically the only thing I can bring up against him that is like, a weakness. By which I mean that is the one part that makes him not be freaking completely unbeatable.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what's your favorite part of Mugen?
My favorite part of Mugen. I'm gonna have to say, oh,
I also like O.
like what?
I also like O.
What?
Because he said O.
Oh, I see. Fuck. The freedom it has for the implementation of vastly differing systems for the characters.
Yeah.
One of my favorite little tricks I've seen someone pull off is that someone, when they implemented the Street Fighter 3 roster, made it where you can actually pick from the 3 different critical arts when you start up the character during his intro.
Yeah. Some of the CVS2 characters I have the groove select built in.
Ooh, that's nice.
The full groove select.
I feel like that'd be really hard to pick between the 6 in such a short notice, though. Is it not?
I mean, yeah, but I always play C anyway, so it doesn't matter.
A groove is the most overpowered, though. Keep that in mind.
like I can do OP shit. Like the thing is, whenever stuff like this comes up with fighting games, the thing is like, well, you need to know your shit and you need to be able to execute your shit, and then it's OP. Unless it's literally like freaking press punch, you win.
Well, I think M.U.G.E.N came pretty close to that, honestly. For the combo videos I've seen for Bison, you just need to get them airborne, activate the Aism super, and then just paint the fence.
So young combos, I see.
Yeah. I mean, the combo guys really ideally are not just looking for the most efficient combo, they're also looking for the easiest combo.
Yeah.
Because they want to be able to recall it when they need to. All right. Now, with Mugen, do you see any potential future for Mugen?
I mean, it's been going for like 20 years, so.
But could you see like the possibility, like Bite isn't working on it anymore, right? They haven't worked on it for like over 10 years now, right?
I think so, yeah.
Do you see any potential future for it for like other people taking it over?
I think so, yeah, because I think I've even seen people already starting to take over, already doing their own versions and stuff.
It would be fascinating. It does run into the question of like 2D fighting games are steadily becoming a thing of the past, especially now that Guilty Gear Xrd is like, make your fighting games 3D, but actually 2D.
Yeah, so now what we need now is someone to freaking reverse engineer Tekken 3. make that a freaking new fighting game engine.
It works for 3D fighting game, but if you put in the Tekken engine, so you just like port over a Mortal Kombat X character, and he can't sidestep, he can't go into the foreground or background, he can only move left and right.
Yeah.
That's to make up for his crazy combos. Yeah, I mean,
you can only pour over Tekken characters, Soul Calibur characters, and Samurai Showdown Sen. All of it.
or Virtua Fighter. Hey, there's Virtua Fighter.
Oh yeah, Virtua Fighter.
Street Fighter EX. KOF. Fuck, what was the name of the 3D
Maximum
KOF?
Impact.
Maximum Impact. Yes, Maximum Impact. Boy, that'd be a roster of a couple good characters, and then... Hey, look, Darwin Mister's here. I've not tried Street Fighter EX or KOF Maximum Impact. I should probably try them before I start talking shit.
I have played some of the EX series. I haven't played 3. I have played the first 2. They're alright. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that if you want crazy Street Fighter combos, EX is actually probably the best to go with.
Yeah, because EX is the closest Street Fighter has gotten to freaking stupid bullshit anime combos. Imagine if my complaints about freaking attacks going through people that should have hit them was not, and that's basically Street Fighter EX from what I remember.
I see. Okay, so if there is one character that has not been made for Mugen yet, but you really want them to be made, who would it be? Omega Gary Oldman. No.
I'm pretty sure that's already made. Alright, I'm gonna throw a curveball.
Rare Rugal?
No.
Rare Date Masamune?
No. Obama with the drone mechanic. So I can start working on the President Fighter.
Oh man, if only we could get one of us who was good at making sprites and could do so in a timely manner.
I mean, I could try learning pixel art, but first I feel like I should learn how to draw properly.
Yeah. making the sprites expressly for Mugen also always kind of just looks a little bit weird, or at least based off that one horror game, you know?
Yeah.
We definitely like be making it more in the style of like Alpha or MVC2, you know? Somewhat nice sprites, but not the nicest. Not Third Strike.
Yeah.
Not Garo.
No, we do 60 frames a second sprites, but they all look like they came from KOF 94.
Well, if it's technically everything in Mugen is technically running in 60 frames, it's just that there's not that many sprites for the characters.
Yeah,
So they're
that,
still
that, that
animated in 30 FPS or 20 FPS or whatever.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We animated in 60 FPS, but everything would look like freaking garbage. Like art style wise.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we'd be the ones drawing it, so of course it looked like garbage art style wise.
Yeah. It, uh, whatever. Let's just move
I'm
on.
shocked you would not give up Drone Obama for rare Date Masamune.
Now, like, Rare Masamune could be fun, but that's that's not a hard thing to do. Actually starting working on the freaking President Fighter is a hard thing to do.
That's true. One of us could probably sit down and make rare Masamune. Recovery frames on this move? No.
Yeah. It, you just you just put Wardens on infinitely. I don't even think he has Wardens in Persona Cross, but just put it on
Yeah.
infinitely.
Holding 3 katanas like Wolverine blades. So dumb. Alright. What is the weirdest Mugen character that you have downloaded?
The weirdest. That would probably be Kishima Rohan just because he's fan made completely. Or probably Rare Akuma. Honestly.
Huh,
I don't have that many weird characters.
I do. Uh, for me, let's see. Uh, one of the big ones I can definitely think of is somebody made Dante, but rather than going with the Marvel 3 moveset, no. They rotoscoped animations of Dante from Devil May Cry 3 and then made him play like Dante does in Devil May Cry 3, with his combos being centered on timing instead of inputs, having all moves, all pretty much all attacks be on Y or triangle, and so on. And
I
it's very
see.
strange. What did you say?
I said I see.
That one is very weird. I saw a Duke Nukem that for the most part used Cable's moveset, but if he taunted, he would enter an inventory screen to switch between different items.
And
What else?
it's imaginative at least.
Yes, I don't think the character was considered to be that highly made, but it was an interesting idea. I definitely remember there being a Homer Simpson or a Peter Griffin who had 20 different supers that you could find.
I see. My favorite Mugen character still has to be freaking Flock of Falling Father figures.
Yes. Yes, that one is for
Him, him,
comedy's sake,
him or
that
the
is the
shark.
funniest.
Him or the shark.
Yeah. That one's probably the funniest. I can definitely agree with that. Hmm. Yeah, that's probably the weirdest one is either Dante or Inventory Screen Duke. I mean, there's also cheating by just saying, half the Guilty Gear characters, but
Yeah.
ah. They're talking about Mugen is kind of rough because you often end up talking about just other fighting games.
Yeah, because, well, Mugen a lot of times just emulates other fighting games, so it's harder to talk about other fighting games.
Yeah, it's a Frankenstein creature, it is. We can always come back, though. It's our podcast. Nobody listens. People can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, all of you one people listening
Yeah, one person, go fuck yourself.
listen,
Stop watching this video right now.
listen,
You
listening
eat
to
shit.
listening to this in freaking 2054.
Eat poo-poo.
Eat shit, fall off your horse and die. I think that's the quote.
Like, if we even have horses by then.
Yeah.
We've had to eat them to survive the fucking nuclear apocalypse.
Who knew that the Pope would start it?
Who knew? And the first one to launch a nuke was India. And they did it while saluting a picture of Gandhi.
Yeah.
Our spiritual liege. Me. I think we're good to go ahead and call it here.
Yeah, probably.